In the heart of Nigeria, in the historic kingdom of Agbor, a special child was born. His name was Benjamin Keagborekuzi I. He was born in 1977 to the king, Dein of Agbor I, and his queen. From the moment he arrived, there was great joy in the land. He was a prince, destined for a great future. His parents loved him dearly. They saw in him the hope and continuation of their royal line. The people of Agbor celebrated his birth, not knowing how soon he would be called to lead them. His early days were filled with the love and warmth of the royal palace, surrounded by the rich culture of his people. But, a deep sadness soon fell upon the kingdom. When young Benjamin was only 2.5 years old, his father, the king, passed away. The entire kingdom was in mourning. They had lost their beloved leader. The throne could not remain empty. The elders and chiefs looked to the young prince. It was his destiny to take his father's place. Following the sacred traditions of Agbor, the little boy was crowned. He became His Royal Majesty Dein of Agbor I. This made him the youngest monarch in the entire world, a title he entered into the Guinness Book of World Records for. Imagine a small child not yet old enough for school wearing a crown. It was a heavy responsibility for such young shoulders. The kingdom needed a leader, but the new king was still a boy. The traditions were clear, and the people of Agbor respected them. They placed their trust in this young soul. His coronation was a historic event, a moment of both sorrow for the lost king and hope for the new one. The world watched in amazement as this child began his incredible journey. He was a symbol of continuity, a promise that the Agbor kingdom would endure through its challenges. Because he was so young, he could not rule on his own. The wise council of elders appointed a regent. A regent is someone who rules in the name of a king until the king is old enough to take charge. This regent would manage the daily affairs of the kingdom. He would make sure everything ran smoothly. This arrangement allowed the young king to have a childhood. It also ensured that the kingdom was in safe hands. The people of Agbor supported this decision, understanding that their new king needed time to grow and learn before he could lead them properly. The elders of Agbor knew that a modern king needed a modern education. They wanted their leader to have the best knowledge from around the world. So they made a very important decision. The young Dein of Agbor I had to leave his kingdom. He traveled to England to study. This was a difficult choice. It meant he would grow up far from his home and his people. But it was a necessary sacrifice for the future of Agbor. They believed that a strong education would make him a wise and capable ruler when he returned. It was a plan born out of love and foresight for their kingdom. Life in England was very different from life in the royal palace of Agbor. The young king went to school like any other child. He had to learn a new culture and new ways of doing things. He studied hard and made new friends. He lived a normal life, away from the duties and ceremonies of being a king. This time was crucial for his development. It allowed him to see the world from a different perspective. He learned about different governments, economies, and societies. This global viewpoint would become one of his greatest strengths as a leader in the future. While he was away, the regent continued to govern Agbor. The regent kept the kingdom stable and peaceful. He made sure the traditions were honored and the people were cared for. He would send updates to the young king in England, keeping him connected to his home. The people of Agbor waited patiently for their king's return. They knew he was preparing himself for his great role. They had faith that his time in England would bring new ideas and progress to their land. It was a long wait, but their hope never faded. The years passed, and the young boy grew into a thoughtful young man. He completed his studies, earning his degree. His education was not just about books and exams. It was about learning how to be a leader in a changing world. He learned to think critically, to solve complex problems, and to communicate with people from all walks of life. He was ready. The time had finally come for him to go back home. He was no longer a child king, but a prepared monarch, ready to take his rightful place on the throne and serve his people. In 2001, Dein of Agbor I returned to Nigeria. The kingdom of Agbor welcomed him with great celebration. The people were overjoyed to see their king, now a grown man, ready to lead them. His return marked the beginning of a new era. He brought with him a powerful combination of ancient wisdom and modern knowledge. He understood the deep-rooted traditions of his people, but he also saw the need for progress. His vision was to build a bridge between the past and the future, creating a stronger, more prosperous Agbor for everyone. One of the first things he focused on was peace. He worked hard to resolve conflicts, both within his kingdom and with neighboring communities. He believed that progress could only happen in a peaceful environment. He would sit down with people, listen to their problems, and help them find solutions. His calm and wise approach earned him great respect. He also became a strong voice for education. He encouraged parents to send their children, especially girls, to school. He knew that education was the key to unlocking the potential of his people and securing a better future for the next generation. The king also took strong measures to protect his kingdom. He stood firmly against crime and social problems. He worked with local security forces to make Agbor a safer place for families. He was especially passionate about stopping human trafficking, a terrible crime that affected many communities. His leadership was not just about making speeches, it was about taking action. He showed his people that he was a king who cared deeply about their well-being. He led by example, inspiring everyone to work together for the good of the kingdom. His influence grew beyond the borders of Agbor. Other leaders in Nigeria and across Africa noticed his wise and effective leadership. He became a respected voice in national conversations. He was often invited to speak and share his ideas on how to blend tradition with modern governance. In recognition of his great contributions to the nation, the Nigerian government honored him with the title of Commander of the Order of the Niger Con. This was a testament to his impact and the high regard in which he was held by all. Dein of Agbor I has a unique style of leadership. He beautifully mixes the old with the new. He respects the ancient customs that have guided his people for centuries. He participates in the traditional festivals and ceremonies that keep the culture alive. At the same time, he introduces new ideas that help his kingdom thrive in the 21st century. He supports technology, modern farming methods, and new business opportunities. This balance is his greatest strength. He shows that a kingdom can honor its history while embracing the future. This approach has brought stability and progress to Agbor. His life story is a powerful lesson for young people everywhere. It teaches us about the importance of duty, responsibility, and education. He became a king as a child, but understood that he needed to learn before he could lead. His journey shows that true leadership is not just about a title, it is about serving your people with wisdom and compassion. He proves that with dedication, one can overcome any challenge. His story inspires many to pursue their education and use their knowledge to make a positive difference in their communities. He is a role model for a new generation of African leaders. The legacy of Dein of Agbor I is still being written, but his impact is already clear. He has transformed his kingdom into a model of peace and progress. He has shown the world that traditional leadership has an important place in modern society. His influence is felt not only in Agbor but throughout Nigeria. He is a symbol of hope, a king who leads with his heart and his mind. His journey from a child king to a respected modern monarch is a story that will be told for many generations to come, inspiring leaders and citizens alike. When you meet the king, there is a special way to show respect. It is a tradition that honors his position and the history of his people. You must kneel before him, a sign of humility and reverence. Then you say the words, Do Dane, which is the proper greeting for the monarch of Agbor. This simple act connects the present to the past. It is a beautiful reminder of the enduring culture and the respected leader who guides it. It is a final, powerful symbol of the deep bond between the Dein of Agbor and his beloved people.